Oh, hello. Hopefully everybody can hear me and see me okay. It's kind of the hard part with um, live streams, I guess. Looks like my mic's working though, and I can see me. Well, welcome to I think it's going to help balance your energy as we round out this long holiday weekend. And I'm going to give lots of modifications throughout practice today, which reminds me, I wanted to grab my blocks. Definitely do not have to have yoga blocks, but I'm just going to have mine there in case I would like them. And I'll probably demo some of the flow with yoga blocks as well. So we are going to start our practice today on our backs. So you can go ahead and lie on back. And I like to keep my knees bent and the soles of my feet on my mat. But if you like to extend out, that's great too. And you're just arriving to practice. Allowing yourself just to be within the four corners of your mat. So you can pretend like there's a little drawer next to you and open that drawer, and anything like a to-do list, anything that's bothering you, what you're going to do is just place it in that drawer. You're going to shut that drawer, lock it. It'll be there when you're done with your practice today. And maybe you'll find that it can just stay there. Scanning your body from the top of the head to the tip of your toe and just checking in on how you're feeling, not just physically, but mentally and energetically as well. And there's no judgment, it's just a checking in. And asking yourself, perhaps what would you like to shift with your practice today? We're going to just start to focus on our breathing. So just noticing first, where's your breath coming from? Is it short? Is it quick? Is it shallow? All kinds of different ways we breathe. And again, it's just how it is. So we're just letting ourselves be. I'm going to have you take a nice inhale with me. So breathing in. And then open your mouth and exhale. Let's do that 2 more times. Deep breath into the nose. Open the mouth, exhale. And the last time, breathing in. And breathing out. And then we're just going to breathe in and out of the nose, unless that's uncomfortable for you today. And count how long it takes you to breathe in. And then shifting to breathing out that same number of counts, or perhaps a count or 2 longer. So there's no right or wrong number here. You're just breathing in and counting. And then breathing out for that same count, maybe a count or 2 longer. As you breathe, feel your belly kind of blowing up like a balloon with your breath. So really sending it down to that lower belly. When you're breathing out, it's like you're just letting the air out of the balloon. So as you breathe in, you feel your belly inflate and your ribs expand. Maybe feel the breath all the way up through the chest to expand the collarbones. And then just like a little wave, it goes back out to sea. So in vinyasa practice, which is what we'll do today, the breath is everything. It's what links and begins and ends our movements. So the breath here is really your main focus for practice. So if you start to lose your breath, asking yourself how you can get back, and I'll tell you about lots of different ways we can do that throughout practice. So we're going to start by bringing our knees into our chest, one at a time. Hold on underneath that knee joint. And as you breathe in, you're going to let your knees fall away from your body. And as you breathe out, you're going to pull your knees as close as you can in towards your chest. So we're breathing in and we'll let go. And we breathe out and we compress those thighs in towards our chest. So you can always be going a little bit faster or slower. So there's no particular, speed you got to go here. If you find a spot that's juicy and you want to hang out and stretch there, please do. We're just starting to say hello to those hips and that lower back. And we'll do one more here. It's called Apanasana. Exhaling. And then we'll come to the center and you're just going to start to circle your knees around. Any type of circle is great. So whether that's a big circle, a little circle, a mixture of circles, you just want to keep your breath flowing. Again, we're just saying hello to those hips, lower back. Then we'll pause and you're going to circle the other direction. In and breathing out. Eyes can always be closed here. That really helps too, so that we come to inside our body instead of in our heads. So be in the body for our practice today. And then we'll pause and set the soles of the feet back down to the ground. You're going to take your hands behind your head for me. Deep breath in and deep breath out. Breathe in again for me. And as you exhale, you're going to take your right shoulder towards your left knee, and then you'll relax it down. Breathing in, then we switch. So left shoulder towards that right knee, and then coming down. Breathing in, breathing out as you come up. Breathing in. So now we're just going to say hello to our core. And our core helps us fire up. Breathing in and warm up. So you can stay right here, which is perfect. Or if you want to add a little extra sauce, you can lift that opposite knee up as we do our little yoga bicycle here. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. We're just going to do a couple more. So I want you to really feel like these next few, that your exhale and really wringing out your ribs like a towel. So it's a twist. And you're wringing out those ribs. One more each side. And last one. And then we'll take those knees, back into the chest. See if you can give yourself a nice big little pull. And then if it feels okay and you want to rock and roll up and back on the spine, cool. But if you don't like it, you don't have to do it, because where we're going next is table. So taking your time then to come to a nice table. And as we set it up, you're going to have your wrist and your shoulders stacked, your knees and your hips. Spread your fingers wide apart. And it's like your hands are now suction cups on that mat. Take your elbows out like you're going to do a push-up, and then you clip your wings and extend, and you're going to feel your triceps light up there, and you got a little blueberry in between your shoulder blades. So you're going to squeeze that little blueberry. You don't want to squish it, so it helps lengthen your collarbones. Pull your belly in. Awesome. So you're very active, even though we're just in this little tabletop, which is great. So now we're going to curl our toes on a big breath in. And as we breathe out, we're going to go upside down triangle, down dog. Look in between the feet, so it's a little short dog. And then we're going to come right back down to table. Breathing in, breathing out, down dog. Keep those knees super bent. Breathing in, breathing out, down dog. So we're going to hold here for a second in down dog. Knees super bent. Shake your head. Let it relax. You got a nice long spine from the top of your head to the tip of your tail. And then we'll come back down to table. Breathing in, breathing out. You're pressing your chest towards your thighs, hips towards the sky. Breathing in, coming back to table. We'll do this one more time. Breathing out to downward facing dog. We're going to hold this nice little short dog. You can come back to table anytime. So you can stay here, or if you'd like to give it a whirl, right hand towards any part of your left leg, but just not your knee. You're going to hold on, and maybe you can help yourself then twist and look underneath your armpit. You can just stay in down dog. You're breathing in and out at the nose. And then we'll goodness, I'm not ready to talk today, I guess, guys. And then left hand will switch. And then maybe twist and look underneath that arm. Breathing in and breathing out. Release, coming back into this nice little short dog for me. And then we're going to come back down onto the knees. Inhale, lift your right arm up, nice and big. And as you exhale, it's going to come, so your palm is going to come facing up. So just pause. So if I put my hand down, the back of my hand's on my mat. But we're going to keep pushing that arm all the way, shoulder as far as you can down onto the mat. And then that left hand, I like to extend it or thread the needle. But if you like to do something different, that's cool. You just want to feel supported here and start to feel the stretch in the back of the shoulder. Now we're going to take that left hand back so it can help push you up. Inhale, lift that right arm up, maybe look up, and then drop that hand down back to table. So other side, inhale, lifting the left hand up. So the hand faces you, threading through, and you really push all the way, coming onto that shoulder, back of the shoulder. And if the head doesn't make it to the floor, that's not what's important. We're finding a nice stretch. Keep all those thoughts in your little yoga drawer. Remember, they'll be there. Right hand back. Inhale, lift that arm up, maybe look up, and drop it down. So take your time. We're going to come down to our belly. And you're going to have your feet hip width apart for me. And your arms are going to come out like goalposts. And we're up on spider fingers, so up on your fingertips. And then look down at your mat. Or actually just rest your forehead down. And then you're going to press the tops of your feet into your mat. Squeeze your thighs so your knees lift up. And you're going to press your hips into your mat just slightly. And then it's like I want to fit a piece of paper under your belly. So pull that belly up. Breathe in. You're going to lift your head and your chest into a little cobra. And then we exhale, roll back down. Rolling cobra. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, rolling down. Inhale, rolling up, release the glutes. Exhale. 2 more. Inhale, maybe a little higher. Exhale. Last one. Inhale, roll the cobra up. Exhale, down. You're going to take your hands underneath your armpits. Push back to child's pose. I like big toes together, knees apart, but If you like more traditional, you can. You're just taking your hips towards your heels and relaxing the forehead to the floor, a pillow, or a block as well, if that feels best for you. Check in and see how you're feeling. And maybe setting an intention for practice here. So a word or phrase that's meaningful to you. That would help you maybe get rid of the Sunday scaries. Just get ready for a new week. And then we'll come back to our table. So let's go through those nice fired up actions. So we take the elbows out, clip the wings, blueberry, pull that navel in and up. And then you're going to keep those arms, so just walk them forward and then curl the toes as you breathe in. Breathe out, downward facing dog. And maybe you can start to lengthen the legs, but we don't want to sacrifice the length of the spine. So knees bent are always the way to go before we start to lengthen the legs. And walk your dog. So that means you're just bending one knee a lot, lengthening the other, and dropping that heel. Now I want to make our way to the top of the mat. So I'm going to start to walk my feet up very slowly. Very, very slowly. I want you to use your core. So you're pulling your belly button in, lifting those hips up, using your core to move your feet. So about here's where I get stuck. So I got to come up a bunch of my spider fingers, and then I can use and keep walking all the way up. Bend your knees a whole lot. Feet are hip width and dragged out, so just hanging over. And as you look at your feet, they're parallel. So if you got your little toe out to the side, let's see if we can pull that back to parallel and drop your head, give it a shake. Then we're going to roll up to stand up. So you're going to push down into your feet. You start to, it's like you're zipping up. So it's like lifting, squeezing. You're going to feel your quads lift. You uncurl through the spine and the shoulders, and the head are last as you come up. And you want to squeeze your shoulder blades. That little blueberry is now about right here. And your shoulder blades also come down into your back pockets. Spread your collarbones wide. I like to stand with my big toes together, heels apart. But if you like to stand hip width, that's great too. Spread your fingertips. Pull your navel in and up. And look at something that's not moving. You can even close your eyes. Take a deep breath in through the nose with me, excuse me. Now exhale through the mouth. 2 more deep breath in. Exhale. 1 more. And we'll inhale. You're going to lift your arms up. Maybe the hands touch. That's not what matters. And as we exhale, you're going to push your booty back. I'm reaching for you. You're reaching for me. And then your hands are going to come to your thighs. Nice flat back. So it's like you come over and put a little tray table on. Pull your navel up. And I want you to feel like you're trying to pull your mat apart with your legs. So you're going to feel your legs fire up here. We're in half forward fold. Inhale. Now as you exhale, bend those knees. And just let yourself come down as far as feels comfortable. So this is where blocks might feel good. And then let's inhale back to that nice half lift, half forward fold. Doesn't want to come out today. And to see if what's happening with your shoulders. Can you slide your shoulder blades back in together? Or can you pull your navel up more? Can you try to rip your mat apart and see what that does, especially to the back of the legs here. And then breathe out, let that go and relax. So hands are going to come to blocks or to the floor, and we're going to step back into the top of a push-up, plank pose. So we're in plank. We don't want to sink the hips low or too high. We're in a nice straight line, and it might feel best to come down to your knees in knee plank. Both are beautiful. Both are going to get you strong. Deep breath in here. And as we breathe out, we're going to push to downward dog for 3 breaths. So here's 2. And here's 1. Now bridge your big toes together. Inhale, lift your right leg up. Bring your heel to your glute. And as you bring your knee to your chest, shift forward and hold for me. And then just push back to down dog. Let's do that with the left leg. So inhale the left leg up, heel to glute. As the knee comes to the chest, you shift forward and then come back to down dog. Inhale, lift the right leg up, heel to glute, knee to chest, really round the upper back, and then push back to down dog. On the left again, inhale, heel to glute, knee to chest, you're rounding your back like a kitty cat as you're coming forward. So now we're going to step forward with that right leg. So we inhale, lift the right leg up. Heel to glute, knee to chest, kitty cat back. Should help you find a little bit more space to step up. And that feels, I don't know, better to me. And then just rock forward and back a bit. And then you're going to push your left foot to meet your right and fold down. And then roll up. Let those arms hang. Then you'll come all the way up and find Tadasana, mountain pose. Inhale, lift those arms up. And exhale, we're going to fold all the way down. Drop the crown of the head. Inhale to your halfway. And then bend the knees, hands come to the blocks or to the floor. We're stepping back to our plank. Remember, knee plank is always available. Breathing in. The block's a little crooked. And as you breathe out, up, hips up and back to down dog. Nice upside down triangle. Let's check our form. So our feet are hip width, feet are parallel. We're pressing our chest towards the thighs. If you take your ear side to side to hit your biceps. Hips are high. Knees are always bent as much as it feels that you need to keep the back nice and long. Now, bring the big toes together. Inhale, lift the left leg up. We're going heel to glute, knee to chest, kitty cat back. We're stepping forward. And then you're rocking and rolling forward and back. And when you feel like you want to, and you got a little spring, you just step forward and fold. Now let's come to a halfway lift. You're pushing down, and it's like you want to rip apart your mat. Bring your arms out like airplane wings. Belly's in tight. You push down to rise up. And then we exhale the hands to the heart center. Inhale, lift your arms up. Exhale, slice the hands right back down. Forward, fold all the way. Inhale to a halfway lift. Bend the knees, hands to block or the floor. Stepping back to your plank. Breathing in and breathing out. Belly in. As you breathe out, really lift with your core to go into your downward dog. Bring your big toes together. Inhale, your right leg lifts. Heel to glute, knee to chest. Remember, kitty cat back. As you step forward. And then push back to lift up and fold. Let's reverse that swan neck. So you push down, arms out, lifting up, and we go right back down. Exhale to the forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Bend the knees, hands come down, and we step to plank. We hold for just a breath or two. Pulling in, you're pushing back into the heels, and then exhale up and back, down dog. Big toes together. Inhale, lift the left leg. Heel to glute. Knee to chest, kitty cat back. Step. Tick tock to the top. And fold. And then push down to lift all the way up. And exhale, hands to heart center. Close the eyes. Breathe the breath. And ask yourself, has anything shifted? And if not, that's okay. Breathing in and out. And relax the hands down by the sides. And you're going to take the hands to the hips, actually. Here, nope, I lied again. We're going to inhale with those arms up. And we're going to exhale, fold. I'm just very indecisive today. And then inhale, halfway lift. And then you're going to bend the knees a whole lot, hands to blocks to the floor, and you're going to step your left foot way back. Maybe you need to tick-tock so you can put that knee down. And we're here in low lunge. And I'm going to just move my blocks so they're a little bit more, so my shoulders and my wrists are in alignment here. And then you're going to start to shift your hips back. You're lengthening this front leg, maybe flexing the foot, and then we roll back forward. Exhale, coming into our little half split. Inhale, coming forward to our little low lunge. Exhale, pushing back. Inhale, coming forward. One more. Exhale, pushing back. Coming forward, we're going to press that left hand down into the mat or to the block and lift up the right arm, looking up to our low lunge twist. And see what's happening to your knee there. See if it flared out. And see if you can hug it back towards that midline as you twist. It's something that's pretty hard for me. So if it doesn't work, don't sweat it. And bring that hand all the way down. You're going to tuck the back toes and lift up. And then we're going to step back to downward facing dog. Bring those big toes together. So this time the left leg is going to come up. Heel to glute. Knee to chest, kitty cat back. So we can step forward and drop that back knee. I'm going to move my blocks. And then we start to push that top leg straightish. Hips go towards the heel. And then we come back forward to our little low lunge. Exhale into our split. Inhale, coming forward to lunge. 2 more times. Exhale, pushing back. Inhale, coming forward. Exhale. And coming forward. So we press that right hand into the mat or to the block. And then we open up that left arm. Try to keep that left knee squeezing in towards the midline. That just means to you. And then we'll bring that hand down. Curl that back toe. Lift the knee. And then push back to down dog. Breathing in and breathing out. Bring those big toes together. Inhale, lift the right leg up. Heel to glute. Knee to chest as we step forward. And then we're going to tick-tock that foot to the very edge of the mat. So now my blocks are and my hands are on the inside of my leg. So we're in lizard. And then tick-tock the foot back so you can drop down onto the back knee. Breathing in and out here. Now you're going to flex your foot and just bring your heels close to your glute as possible and tap down. So that probably feels like, ooh, a little bit of a stretch, and that's okay. Getting into our quad here. We're going to do 2 more. Little quad pulse, little hamstring curl. Now keep those back toes curled, and you're going to start to lift your hips, extend the top leg as much or as little as you want. So it's extended pyramid. We're coming back into a lizard. Keep the back heel, knee lifted, and then extend both legs. Inhale, coming forward. Exhale, pushing back. 1 more. Inhale. Exhale. We come forward into our little lizard, and then we're going to just lift back to dog. And I know that takes a lot of strength, and you did it. So now I'm going to square my hands here because I got to move my blocks a little bit. Big toes together. Inhale, lift leg up. Heel to glute. Knee to chest. We're bringing the left foot to the outer part of the mat. And then wiggle, wiggle, so you can bring that back knee down. Holding here, getting comfortable in our lizard. And then flex the foot. Heel goes towards the glute. And then we extend. Good. Heel goes towards the glute. And then we extend. We're going to do 3 more. Nice little pull in and extend. Collarbones stay wide. Pull in and extend. Last one. Big pull. So keep the back toes tucked. We start to lift, extend that front leg as much as you want. And then we come back into lizard, but we keep the back knee lifted. Extending both legs. Extended pyramid. Coming back into lizard. 2 more. Big extend. Coming forward. Last time. Big extend. Coming forward. And then we're going to push to downward facing dog. Breathing in and breathing out. We're going to walk our feet towards our hands nice and slow, just like we did in the beginning. So take your time. Use that core to pull and lift your feet up to help you walk all the way forward. with blocks, you can make it a little further. And then relax. Now I'm going to take my blocks and just put them off to the side here. And you can pick to reverse swan dive, so with the straight legs, or a roll up to find crescent. So whatever you would like. And bring your hands to your hips here. And take your feet hip width apart. And those feet are on railroad tracks then, and they're parallel. So if you got a little toe out to the side, you want to bring it back to the center. And we're going to step that left foot back a whole lot. And we're balancing now on a railroad track. And the back heel, I want you to keep lifted as much as you possibly. So I don't want this. I want the back heel lifted. So that means you have to put more weight into your top leg. And you also push into the toes of your back foot. So front knee is bent. We're here in high crescent. The last thing I'll have you do is lift your arms up. Beautiful. Now think about that right foot. Put as much of your weight into your right foot as possible. You're going to step your left foot, tap, and then lift your knee up for a standing knee balance. Bring your right hand to that left knee. You can stay right here, or you're going to take that left hand, follow your gaze backwards. If you fall, if you wiggle, that's a good thing. Then you're just going to bring that hand all the way back forward. Whoop. And then we're going to take that left foot, we're going to tap it, bring your hand to your hip, step that foot way back again. So you have your high heel on and your back foot. You're going to lean forward for me and take your left elbow towards that right knee. And then maybe the other hand comes on top to a prayer. So we've got a low lunge prayer twist. Then we're going to put our hands down and we're going to step back to down dog. Deep breath in and out. Okay, walking our feet to our hands again, taking our time. It's a little buggy. Relax as you get to the top, and then pick reverse swan dive or roll up one vertebrae at a time. Bringing the hands to heart center. And then we'll bring the hands to the hips. This time that right foot steps way back and we have that heel lifted. So it's like you have a high heel on. The front knee is bent. And we're putting a lot of weight to that front leg. And we're also pushing in to the toes. And then we lift the arms up. So we're in high crescent. Now we're pushing as much as we can to the left so we can step forward, tap the right toes down, lift the right knee, standing knee balance. Staying here, or left hand comes to right knee. Maybe you twist open. That's just a maybe. That's not something that's you have to do. We bring that hand up. We bring the hands to our hips. And we step that right foot as far back on the mat as we can. We keep the high heel on. We shift forward, and then we take that right elbow to the outside of the left knee. Maybe we find the prayer hands. Then we uncurl, hands come down, and we push to downward facing dog. Now, if you like the blocks under your hands, you might want to put them on, find them and put them under your hands. So we're going to put these little two flows together, right and left. So bring your big toes together. Inhale, lift your right leg up, heel to glute, knee to chest, kitty cat back as you step forward, and then put that back knee down. Starting to take the hips, press them back, extending that leg. Inhale, coming forward. Exhale, pushing back to half split. Inhale, coming forward. Exhale, half split. Inhale, coming forward, push that left palm down. Pull that knee to the midline and open up, twist. Breathing in and breathing out. And then you're going to tick-tock that right foot to the outside of the mat so you can bring your hand on the inside. Flex that back foot, heel to glute, and extend. Heel to glute, and extend. Just one more. Heel to glute. Keep the toes curled. When we start to lift, extend both legs as much as we want to. Extended pyramid. Come back to lizard. Extended pyramid on your exhale. Inhale, coming forward to lizard. Exhale. As you come forward, we're going to take that foot back towards the middle. Now you're really going to push in. We're going to really test our balance so we lift up into high crescent. So we've been here before. We just got there a different way. Now put a lot into that right leg so you can step forward, tap the left knee, and then left toe, I should say, then lift the left knee up. Stay here, or right hand to left knee, maybe twist open. Lift everything up. Take that left foot as far back on the mat as you can. Hinge forward, and then that left elbow comes to the knee, maybe to pray. Breathing in and out. Then we'll take those hands down, and you push back into down dog. Deep breath in and deep breath out. You can always come to child's or table. And we've got the second side to go. So in dog, big toes together. Inhale, lift the left leg up. Heel to glute, knee to chest as you step forward, and then you set that back knee down, untuck the toes. We start to push the hips back, extending that top leg. Inhale, coming forward. Exhale, half split. Inhale, coming forward. Exhale, half split. Inhale, coming forward. Then you press that right hand down, lift that left arm up into the twist. As you start to come out, we're going to take the left foot all the way to the edge of the mat. So now the hand can come inside. Flex the back heel, heel to glute, and tap. Two more. Heel to glute as much as you can, and tap. Last one, heel to glute, tap. And then we start to lift up, extended pyramid. Coming back down, lizard. Keep the back knee lifted. Exhale, extending the legs as much as you want. Inhale, coming forward. Exhale, pushing back. Coming forward, now we bring that left foot towards the midline. Really press everything in so we can push down to lift up into that high crescent pose. Everything into the left leg so you can step forward, tap the right toes, and then lift that right knee up. Stay here, left hand to right knee, maybe open up. Coming back to center, we take that right foot, step it as far back as we can. Shift forward, right elbow towards the left knee, maybe finding the prayer. Then we square, put the hands down. We're going to step back to down dog. Lift up onto the tippy toes, come down to the knees. So we're going to keep the knees and the hips right where they are. We start to walk the hands and the chest forward. So knees, hips don't go anywhere. We're melting the heart towards the mat into puppy pose. So anywhere you are is perfect. You can use a block or a pillow to support you. We're going to stay here for 5 breaths. 2, Here's 3. Come all the way onto the belly. I'm gonna just move my blocks out of the way. All right, and your arms are gonna go wide like a T. And you're gonna be rolling towards your right hand. So I'm looking at my right hand. I'm gonna bend my left elbow, so my left hand's on my mat, and it can help me then roll to that right side. I can keep my left foot in front, stacked behind. I like to bend my knee, but you got to find what works best for you. It's a shoulder stretch first and foremost. And on your next exhale, you just roll back to your belly. So now the left arm comes out, nice and long like a T. Bend your right hand or elbow, so you put the hand down. That helps you roll to your side. So we're finding, this is belly scorpion, we're finding the stretch really in the shoulder. This is where I have my foot is just where I can feel the shoulder stretch. So remember, your foot can be in front, stacked, behind, lots of different options. You'll come down onto your belly and push yourself back to child's pose. So big toes together, knees nice and wide might feel nice, or you can have the knees more together, more traditional, or more of a lower back stretch. Uncurl through the spine, and you're going to take your time to come onto your back. So I'm going to take my time. And you're going to take your time onto the back we go, and you're going to keep the knees bent and the soles of the feet on the floor. And then take your right leg up into the air, circle out your ankle, both directions, point and flex. Then flex your foot. We're going to take that right ankle to the left knee, and then just open up the knee. So sometimes people sit like this, right? And we call it a figure 4. So you can stay right here and feel that stretch in your hip and your glute. Or if you'd like, you can start to pull that shin towards you and lifting that bottom foot up. And I'm supporting my knee and my foot to come in towards my chest. But the foot stays flexed. If you lifted up, you want to flex both feet, actually. And I like to find movement here, actually. I like to do little circles in figure 4. I find that I can then hit my outer hip a little bit better. But you can do movement or stillness, whatever works best for you. If you don't have stillness, find stillness. And you're going to let that foot come back down to the earth if it was lifted. So we have the right leg on top, okay? The right foot is going to come towards your left side. And you're going to open up your right arm and then your left arm. So we just found a little twist. If it feels okay to look towards the right, that's great. But if it's too much, we can skip it. And then we'll bring the head back to center and we'll lift back up. Extend that right leg up, give it a little shake, and put it back down. So now the left leg comes up into the air. We circle out that ankle both ways, point and flex. Then we flex. We take the left ankle to the right knee and open up the knee. You can stay right here, or if you want to find a deeper stretch, remember you can't. You can find stillness. You can find some circles, some movements, flexing both feet if you have lifted that bottom leg. Stretching to the hip and the glute. Find stillness. So you can drop that right foot to the ground. So it's the left foot that's on top. This left heel goes to your right side. Then we open the arms like a T. Maybe look towards the left and our little twist. Bring your head back to center, lifting back towards the midline. Excuse me. And then extending the legs long, or you can keep the knees bent. We're finding Shavasana. So letting the arms open, just relaxing. Bring those shoulder blades up together underneath you so you broaden the collarbones. Close the eyes if that feels comfortable. And you're just going to let yourself not do anything about 30 seconds. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. And just notice what you can hear around you. It's no judgment. You're just bringing yourself back to your space. What can you feel? From the top of the head to the tip of the toe, noticing any shifts, not just physically, but mentally and energetically as well. Bending the knees to put the soles of the feet onto your mat. Bringing your right arm over top the head so you can let the knees fall to the right, then the body falls to the right and sideline child's pose. I like to bring my forehead to the floor. So anything else I don't need to carry with me to my day can just pour out of my head. Taking your time to push yourself up to a comfortable seated posture. So that's however you would like to sit. Sit on a block. You can sit like you can sit whatever way you want, because guess what? I can't see you. So whatever works, right? And then close the eyes. Let the shoulder blades drop away from the ears and let there become a space in between the teeth, relaxing the jaw. Not the chin down slightly. Let the back of the neck release. Taking a moment here to ask yourself how you'd like to move forward in your day. How would you like to move forward in your week? The challenging moments that we face on the mat, the pose that's difficult. It's just like real life when we have things that are not pleasant come our way. We can choose to get mad and when we stumble and get irritated at me or the person that doesn't deserve it, but or you can choose to breathe through the stuff that is uncomfortable and asking yourself, is this something I can really control? And if it's not, you gotta let it go. Tension and breath. Inhale, lift the arms all the way overhead. And we'll exhale and bring our thumbs to the top of our head for what I say, what we think we know. Our thumbs to our third eye for the things that we think that we can discern and see. Clarity. Our thumbs to the heart center for the things that we feel. So what we want to be doing is aligning the things that we're thinking, the things that we're trying to say, the things that we're trying to do and feel. We want to come into alignment. And I bow to you, my community. Bow to yourself, thanking your body and finding gratitude for the practice. And I thank you so much for coming. I hope you had a wonderful practice, and I will probably be putting in my channels when we might want to try this again for a live version. So thank you and have a great rest of your day.